she wouldn't even talk to him, or she would shy away, or maybe she would just, I don't know, I don't know, I guess she probably, I'm thinking she might overreact more than reality. I don't know. I just really want her to like him.
So you're maybe putting pressure on yourself about this thing we haven't even come through with yet.
Mm-hmm.
So describe to me how it would be if everything were fine.
That's a good question. Like, if she liked him, and Pete was able to move in, and everything, like, I feel like my stress level would be way down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still would have the stress from work, but like if we were able to like combine our salaries, I wouldn't have to take so many extra shifts, and then I would be able to maybe enjoy work more. So that would be a pretty good scenario for me.
So let's jump outside of this for a minute, and I want to know about your first husband and your relationship there. How did this all come about to where you're a single mom,
Mm-hmm.
you're working as a nurse, which is great, and it sounds like you're doing a great job of raising Elena by yourself.
Well, I hope I'm doing a good job. Well, it all happened when I got pregnant at 21, which was a pretty young age, I think. And when we found out I was pregnant, like, I felt a lot of pressure to get married from my parents. So we got married, and we weren't ready to get married. Like, I at 21, I wasn't even ready to have a child, let alone be married and be a wife. And he had like these high expectations of me as a wife that I couldn't ever be. Like, I could never be like his ideal wife. Like, he just wanted to be the breadwinner, and I would just be like the wife that just stays home and cleans everything, cooks everything, takes care of the baby. It's just not the life I ever wanted for myself. So we were fighting all the time, and it just didn't work out. So we got divorced 2 years later, and then I finished my degree in nursing, and I started working and just being a single mom.
So you said you felt pressured by your family. So you feel like it was kind of the wrong decision then?
I definitely felt like it was the wrong decision, but like in my culture, like, you know, being unmarried and being pregnant is like, no, especially being Catholic, like, that's not something you do. And I mean, I had like in the back of my head, like, my parents saying, like, you don't want your child to be like a bastard or whatever. So, you know, I felt like I had to get married.
So did you feel like when you got your divorce, how did that work out with your family?
Well, after I told them everything that he was expecting of me, you know, my mom understood, and she took my side. My dad still didn't like it, but like he didn't say too much about it. He just said, well, you do what you have to do, you know.
So, but you didn't feel his approval?
He didn't give me his approval. He never said like, oh, I support you, or I understand, or whatever. He just said, you know, like, it's your life.
What about did you have friends at this time, like friends at work that you could talk to?
I didn't have a job at the time, because I was just at home taking care of the kids, and my friends were still in Texas. I had moved with my husband to Florida because he found a job here, and like, my friends were away. I was basically by myself here. Like, I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anybody.
Yeah, that sounds really rough.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about today? I mean, you obviously have friends.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I do.
What about your family? How do you have contact with them now?
Oh yeah, I talk to my mom every day. She's a great support for me. She, you know, she's always worried about me. She's always asking me how I'm doing, you know.
So they know about Peter and you?
Yeah, they know about Peter.
Okay.
They're pretty excited about him in general.
Have they met?
Well, they haven't met yet. My dad doesn't really love the idea that he's white. But I mean, the fact that, you know, I might have a new husband, like, that makes him a little happy, because he doesn't like that I'm a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know, they're pretty happy for me that I finally found someone.
So, how do you feel like it would be for you if you and Peter get together and everything works out?
That would be amazing. That would be like the one thing that would make my life less stressful. It would just be great. I would love for it to work out. Like we've been only together for 6 months, but you know, I still think about like us getting married and you know, being like a real family. Like I know this is kind of like maybe like not the thoughts I should be having so early, but like I really am hoping it turns out that way.
You know, I hope so too. And I want to look at what you had mentioned about stress,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering if there's anything you and I can talk about that can help you with your stress on a day-to-day basis, because if you get together with Peter or not, you're still going to have this on some level. So, do you ever have the opportunity, like, after you put Elena to bed, to carve out even a little bit of time for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's about the only time I have for myself. I like to watch TV at night, and I watch like old episodes of like Friends or anything like that. Like I like to watch TV. It kind of like helps me like take a break from my mind and like all the stuff I have going on.
Mm-hmm.
So then.
Do you think there's any other things that maybe instead of TV time you might be able to do that you would find more helpful?
Well, late at night I'm exhausted. So
Yeah.
like about watching TV is about as much as I can do.
Okay.
During the week anyway. I guess, I mean, if I was able to take less shifts at work and I was able to have some time to myself, well, and then it was at school still, that would be nice. But that's not feasible right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the one who takes care of all the bills. So.
It's a lot of responsibility, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've gotten this far to this point by yourself as a single mom. I think you're to be commended on that, because
Thank you.
Well,
It's definitely been a long journey. I never thought I'd be here, but you know, I just keep trying to go, like just keep going every day, because no one else is there for me. I'm there for myself. It's just me. So, you know, like if I don't go to work, you know, the bills don't get paid. You know, if I don't take care of Elena, no one will. So.
well, I want to ask, you said no one else is there for me. What about your connection with your family?
Well, I mean, in the sense that like they're not gonna go to work for me. They're not gonna pay the bills for me. You know, like they're not gonna take care of Elena. Like they're there for me in an emotional way, but like I have to, you know, lean on myself to do like everything. So, and that can be kind of lonely sometimes to like have all that responsibility on myself.
So I was wondering, maybe we could do a homework assignment between now and the next time I see you. I'm thinking it might be helpful for you that each time you feel stressed, I want you to write it down in a log. And I want you to identify the time and the place, and then any feelings that you may have attached to that stress. If it's worry, anger, joy, upset, whatever they may be, and just bring that in, and you and I are going to look at that together. Would that be something you like to do?
Yeah, I could definitely do that. I kind of keep a diary. I don't write it every day, but like this it feels familiar to me, so I could do this.
Yeah, very much like a diary or a journal writing, but specifically just let's look at the times you feel stressed. And when we go through it, maybe we're going to discover together some things that can help you feel better or deal with that stress.
Yeah, that would be really good. I would like to be able to deal with the stress better sometimes, because sometimes I just feel like just I have so much stress I just want to sit there and cry sometimes, you know.
So you're feeling pretty sad about
it's like, it's not feeling sad, it's just like more like I have so much going on, and I just like sometimes I just want to take a break. I just feel like I just wish someone would take on some of that responsibility for me.
Well, what about this idea of self-care? Do you think that might be helpful to you if you could?
Yeah, I mean, like, I know that I need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how.
Well, possibly carving out some small, it could even be just 15 minutes where because you said that earlier, I just wish I could take a break.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just look at it maybe as a small period of time where you can take a break and push everything aside
Mm-hmm.
and just worry about Maria right now. How do you feel in that moment?
Okay. That sounds like something I could do. I just need some help figuring out like when I need to actually take that time and not feel so guilty about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if I take like 10 minutes to myself, that's 10 minutes I'm taking away from Elaine, you know?
But if you don't mind me pointing out, on the other side, it almost feels like it's something maybe you have to start engaging in, so that you can be there for Elena and Peter.
I guess that's true. I mean, like, I guess, like, when I talk to them, maybe I might be able to sense how stressed I am. So, like, if I was able to take some time to myself, then maybe they wouldn't, have to deal with me being stressed out.
So, do you feel that your relationship with Peter is getting affected by your feelings of stress?
I mean, he notices it, and he says sometimes to me, like, "Are you stressed out right now?" You know. He's very encouraging and supportive, so he'll try to help me work through it. But most of the time, I don't want to talk about it. Most of the time, like, he's heard it before, and like I just don't want him to get tired of me talking about it and how stressed I am.
Well, in here we can talk about
Yeah.
anything, okay?
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate that.
So, I just have to say, sounds to me like you really do have a lot on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you came in to talk to me today, and that hopefully we can get things going to where you want to be, and you don't have this burden of stress.
Because great.
I think so. It just really seems like there's this central impasse with you and Peter, and bringing Peter up to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
In your relationship with your daughter and your family may really change a lot of this for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think outside of Peter, a lot of this has got to come from you too, and how you're dealing with the stress. And I'm afraid you might be just containing a lot of this stuff.
I am. I feel like I try to keep it to myself most of the time, and then I just, I get to that point where I just feel so stressed out, I just want to check out.
So when you say check out, are you talking about thoughts of suicide?
No, it's more of like just like taking a break from my life, just having like everyone just stop, like everyone just freeze, and I just have like a moment to myself where like I don't have to stress out about anything.
So let's work together on that and see how we can get Maria to the point where maybe your weekend feels like getting a reservation at a hotel and everything is just pushed to the side,
Okay, sounds good.
So I'll see you next week.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.